tell us about Master of the Revels.
All right, great. Master of the Revels is a play that's based on a true story. In the 18th century, 1790s, a young 19-year-old kid named William Henry Ireland forged Shakespeare documents. He created letters, and he rewrote King Lear, and he wrote a whole play and said it was by Shakespeare. He created the profession of faith that proved Shakespeare was a Protestant, and one thing after another. And experts right and left believed him. They believed in these documents. They thought they were really by Shakespeare. They believed it because they so desperately wanted to believe it. It was a great age of bardolatry. They just worshipped Shakespeare, and they were desperate for documents from this man's life because they knew so little about his life. And they just wanted to believe without any evidence, without any facts. I mean, the horrible spelling in these documents, terribly written, ridiculous things when you see them, and everything has been published. All this stuff is out there. It's just nonsense, and they believed it. But the multiple levels of this play really appealed to me, and I'd been thinking about it for a long time and brooding on it, and I had outlines and notes and sketches, and I tried this and I tried that, and I kept thinking I'll get to it someday, and I never did. Other things intervened. And then I got this commission from FST, and man, I was ready to go. I went off. They said, okay, you got 8 weeks. Great. There's nothing like a deadline. Finally, after all this time, at 8 weeks, I think it was 8, maybe 6. I don't know. And I just finished the thing. I just wanted it, and it was done. So thank you, FST.
We look for the playwrights that are open to the collaboration, open to the shared learning process. So the fact that you were open to it and that you weren't like, no, I'm going to do it this way or no way.
Yeah, I learned that the give and take of collaboration is fun, and listening and saying, oh yeah, that's a good idea. It's better than what I thought of. Let's do that. And then inevitably then you build on the good idea that someone else came with, and then they build on the idea of yours. And it's all everybody works together in a collaboration.
That's one of the constant struggles that we have is reading a play together. We can deconstruct it as much as we want, but until you see that up on its feet, the playwright has created a piece of art that is live theater. To me, it's an amazing feat, really.
Yes, it is. It's a funny thing about that, though. As a writer, you don't really know what you have until you hear it or see it up on its feet. I mean, the Zoom turns out to be helpful, but it's really testing what you have on the page against what the actors are doing. Yeah. By the way, you said the entertaining thing. I think that's even for nonfiction, expository writing. It doesn't have to be dull. Scholarly writing doesn't have to be dull. S. Schoenbaum is a master at that, by the way. The man who wrote Shakespeare's Lives, funny writer, brilliant writer. And you read this stuff, and they have this horrible language, these IZE, valorize. We will valorize this idea. And it's just horrible, horrible writing. It doesn't have to be that way. You can write a book. And so many people think to write a dissertation, you have to pile on all this theory, and you have to put in the academic jargon, and then you have to rewrite it to get it published. I was in a panel once where people talk about how I have to do 2 different versions. And my piece was all about how just write the book and get it published. It's completely the opposite of what they were saying. I said, you don't have to write an academic thing in a boring way. Write it entertaining in the first place, and it can still be scholarly. I feel that about expository writing. I feel that about playwriting, film writing. It can be intelligent, it can be scholarly, it can be profound, but it can also be deeply entertaining.
I have a question for you because you are up in New York, and of course, that's one of our favorite places to be, and my heart is breaking that I don't know when we're going to get to go back there. And of course, the fact that the Broadway theater and the New York theater is, at a standstill. What is your feeling being there? What's the climate? Have you spoken to your artist friends that live there? Or
it's everybody is just taking it a day at a time. It sounds like such a cliche, but it's really, we hope for the future, we hope for good things, but it's just, let's just get through today and try to just concentrate on whatever work one is doing. I think that's the key thing. Just get to work, write something, work on something, do what you need to do on your own in this period, and hope for something in the future.